Well, thanks and welcome to the 6:15 News. I'm Kejang Henry Atimbe in Douala. We begin with the top stories. Three people are known to have died in the west region of Cameroon after landslide rumbled down the hills of N'Djioum. Thousands are feared missing after heavy rains battered a farming village. And Douala city denizens decry municipal police harassment and violations of citizens' rights. The population see the arrogance is unbearable. Those were top stories. Please hook up with us on our social media handle. You can go to Canal International on YouTube and our Twitter handle. 3 children are known to have died in N'Djioum, that is in the west region of Cameroon, after a landslide rumbled down the hills of N'Djioum. Thousands are known to feared death since though confirmed reports have arrived from the farming village. Details with Ambo Gladys Diban.
The almost 40-meter slope collapsed in N'Djioum, a locality in Fumban in the non-division west region of Cameroon. No human loss has been registered, but families living around the area of the incident had their property destroyed. In spite of visible signs of slope failure due to the weakened self-returnability of the earth, inhabitants living around the disaster site did not relocate.
Il y a 2 jours, nous avons constaté qu'il y a eu des fissures.
2 days before the incident, we discovered there were cracks on the slope. So we hired someone to cut off the trees. 3 hours after he finished working, the landslide occurred.
Débarrasser les arbres d'en haut.
Last year, 3 children lost their lives in a similar incident in this area. The population is devastated and has called on the government to step in and assist.
Nous attirons ici l'attention des autorités administratives.
We are calling on administrative and municipal officials as well as elites to come in to the aid of the population currently at risk in order to preempt a disaster that might kill thousands of people in the division in just one night. There are fears that with heavy rains, the worst might occur, and so the population has been urged to leave the area.
Well, thanks very much, Ambo Gladys. Douala city dwellers have actually decried municipal police harassment and violations of citizens' rights. Now, that doesn't say that it is unbearable. And in the following report, Stephanie Chin says that the absence of good communication from local government authorities is behind all what is going on.
A scenario of conflicts between agents assigned by local municipal councils to maintain strict control on roads and road users. The recent much talked about act of violence has been decried by many road users in Douala.
The conceptors of the idea of a municipal police might have thought it so well, but today they are not in line with what those who conceived the idea thought or had in their mind. Because these guys are just moving around creating problems. No respect for constitutional authority. They think that they have taken the place of the police. They think they can get anyone beaten and go away without being punished. Block people's vehicles, move around, collect bribes from people and eat and then go unpunished.
A situation which has been blamed on the fact that most of these municipal police officials are uneducated. Some road users are of the opinion that the association be dissolved if they can't operate as intended.
Those who have to become municipal police should be well trained. They should have at least an A level or a back. Because these guys are guys who are just being imported from the quarters because their brother X or A is a mayor or is a councillor. They just pick them around the gutters and they come and disturb people's lives in the streets. That is not fair. we should think about this guy. It goes in line with what the head of state actually just signed a decree of recent saying that henceforth municipal police should be trained at Nasla in Boya. So we think that they cannot do what they were out for, then they should be abolished.
Despite the uproar, many say the role played by these municipal council agents cannot be undermined. What they need is intense training on their task.
These guys have been extremely helpful as far as helping us with the traffic situation at the Bikoko stretch, from Dobo right up to Bikoko, the exit of town. We used to have too much traffic on that lane because of indiscipline in driving. Most drivers, they leave their lanes and so on. So these guys came in and they really actually helped the police to instill some sense of responsibility in the users of that road.
Officials of the local municipal councils have been called upon to grant these agents identification badges and to sensitize the population on how to cooperate with these agents in order to maintain road control measures.
Thanks, Stephanie. On the sidelines, the poor access routes to market, absence of course of electricity and constant harassment of traders by the municipal police are some of the challenges that the vendors of some of the markets in the Southwest region are facing. Now, they presented their grievances to the Southwest Public Independent Conciliator as she met them for a sensitization meeting. We have details of that meeting with our Southwest Regional Bureau Chief Correspondent, Ines Daniel Ungwambala.
This is Greek support markets in Boya. These markets, which has remained the most secured since the start of the socio-political unrest, attract crowds of Bayam Selam and clients on a daily basis. But here, like in other markets of the southwest region of Cameroon, traders are facing enormous challenges such as the lack of electricity, absence of toilets, poor maintenance of access roads, just to name a few.
For example, who is teaching in his class, he is not selling in the market, but he comes to the market and buys space. When he buys space, those who are really traders, they come to the market, they don't have the space. So it is a very big problem. And when they buy those space, they go and sublet it. They go and give it to other people to sell in those spaces and then take higher money. We don't have toilets. The toilet is bad, and that's one of our rights, that the toilet must be functional.
I think they can go behind the dirty there inside market plenty. People in the country, they say she don't inside dirty.
The problems encountered by traders is under scrutiny at the office of the Southwest Public Independent Conciliator.
We are there to serve all users in this region. And so we are going stage by stage. We had a meeting with civil society organizations last month. We decided to have with market vendors. After this, we are going to target other associations because the message about this office, the existence of this office, the missions of this office, its functions have to be disseminated so that everybody who is living in the Southwest region knows that there is an office that has been created by the President of the Republic for all of us.
The Boya meeting, chaired by Southwest Public Independent Conciliator, Madame Dorothy Atabong Muteze, was aimed at sensitizing users of this sector on the role of the Public Independent Conciliator.
It has given us a clue or an idea that there's a particular bureau where we can go and channel our problems. When we go there and channel our problems, they will carry it to the appropriate quarters because the same decision from here, they take it directly to the that's where they will solve.
Created by presidential decree, the Public Independent Conciliator is a body with an independent authority which manages disputes between users and regional and municipal administration. The Public Independent Conciliator is a practice inherited from the Anglo-Saxon tradition. Its implementation in the southwest and northwest regions of Cameroon is part of the special status granted to the two English-speaking regions at the end of the major national dialogue.
Ines Daniel Ungwambala reporting from the Southwest region. And rehabilitation works on the dilapidated government bilingual primary school New Daido in Douala have been commissioned 3 weeks after school resumption. The commissioning of the rehabilitation works was done by the Secretary General of the Social Democratic Front, the SDF, by the Secretary General, of course, Barrister Adeline Lord Jongam. This was the handiwork of the Member of Parliament for Vuri Centre, Honorable Joshua Osi Nambangi as part of his duty to the constituency. Maureen D reports on the commissioning of that school.
Before now, government's primary school in New Deido in Douala was a shadow of itself. Situated in the heart of the economic city, its dilapidating structures coupled with broken and limited benches and other facilities has scared away parents, thus affecting enrollment of pupils. An age-old problem provoking the leading opposition party, the Social Democratic Front, SDF, to come to its rescue.
We have our own things to do. We have to work for our people and we have to work with them. And those people sees us and they ask us to help them to prepare this school because the thing was scattered.
Today's inaugural ceremony is coming weeks after heated debate and criticism over the previous choice of paints in green and white shades associated with the opposition Social Democratic Front SDF party flag. After much talk among politicians, the colors changed from green and white to grey and white to avert any political message. It's a misplaced debate. Before now, people said the choice of the previous colors represented the SDF party. I say no. We are in the Deido Canton. Take, for example, Government Bilingual High School Deido is painted in green and yellow. What does that represent? It represents absolutely nothing. The debate should not be on the colors, but on a conducive environment for pupils to study. That should be our interest. Elites and those close to the establishment have saluted the gesture, saying the school had gone for many years without refurbishing. Today's ceremony brought smiles to the faces of pupils and teachers who were told to better exploit the refurbished structures and maintain hygiene.
And the Maureen reporting there, and young Cameroonians have been called upon to go back to their roots and uphold their cultural values, which is their identity. They have to grapple, of course, with their mother tongue and to bring back the African culture. The dressing is equally what is going to identify these young Cameroonians. That call was made at a press conference this weekend during a ceremony, as we hear from Umul Kulsumi.
This is a call back to culture, traditions and ethnic. Youths call upon in this Mengaka language of the Balinyonga community to come back to their origins. The issue of cultural identity in Cameroon is at the center of discussion during this press conference in Yaoundé this weekend.
I am very sure that 85%, I don't want to say 90, I'm very sure that 85% of Cameroonians, young Cameroonians especially, are going wayward. They are not moving on their origins, they are not moving in that way.
Though language they see is mostly part of the cultural aspect getting missing, but it's still part of us.
This level is very difficult, but we'll try in our own way, modest way, with you, to let know the parents, to let know the students, to let know the youth that we have to learn our languages is very important, because it's not totally gone away. There are still some traces of our real languages, because even the languages we are speaking now, most of those languages have been diffused.
Bringing back identities and sensitizing people on the importance of knowing who we are and where we come from, the reason for the organization of this second edition of Cultural Day in Yaoundé on October 2nd.
They have been diffused. So now, but we still have these people, this patriarch who have the real source, so they can give us the real source. We can go and tap, like we tap palm wine, tap some real source, then vehiculate the message to real young youth.
Promoting the identity, cultural diversity of Cameroon, instilling heritage values in young generation, pledging with delight into our habits and customs, reason for the name of this 22 edition, Our Origin, Nos Origin.
Much Umul Kulsumi reporting there from Yaoundé, and keep the rendezvous in the French language with Alain Gisler Kanga. That will come up at 7:50 p.m. And I want to thank you graciously for keeping the rendezvous with us. Goodbye. I'm Kejan Henry Atimbe.